Good day, Jeffrey Friedman, Senior Market Strategist, RJO Futures, with my comment on stock index futures. I always give you the word of the day, and the word of the day, and today is the 26th of January, and the word of the day on a Monday going into this week is going to be pivot. And the reason I say pivot is because we got a lot of things and we're at a pivotal area. We had the Greek election, and in my opinion that should be slightly negative to the stock index futures because it would be a shift of the turning of the arms in Europe. Last week we had the ECB that did a positive reinforcement to their stock market, which would, for arbitrary, make our stock market more bullish. And we did see that rally after their big announcement of $60 billion. Now, have said all that, what we got is we're in the midst of earnings. So another thing for the pivot. Will it go well? Will it not? So far it's been slightly disappointing in the earnings, but we got a long way to go for that. Now, we also have the Federal Reserve of the United States, and they're going to make an announcement this week alone. So we had the ECB last week, we have our Feds this week. People are wondering, will we start to tighten up our interest rates on the short end of the curve sooner than later? And the answer is no. Because if they're lowering their rates or stimulating over the pond, then it's going to keep kind of a lid on our interest rates. And for right now, deflation or no inflation is probably a problem. We also have GDP. So that's another pivotal thing, looking backwards on how well their programs have done. Let's take a look at some of the technicals in the S&P future March contract. We're basically around 2043. I would have to say we're in an uptrend. We've been choppy. We have a very big range. I would have to say that our range right now is probably 1965 to 2090, okay? So being at 2040, we're probably towards the upper end of that big range that we've been in for a month and a half to 2 months. And right now, the trend is your friend, and we are up. If we close under 2,000, in my opinion, on a closing basis in the March contract, that would make the bears in control, and the short-term trend would be down. Yes, we've been in a bull market for 5 years, so you got to stay tuned. But if we get a close under 2,000, my projection would be first 1965, and then we could go as low as 1,800 with a 10, 15, 20% correction if the bears take control. I'm not saying that. Right now the trend is up. You want to go with the trend's your friend, always using stops. Remember, always trading futures or option to futures involves risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors or traders. Good luck and good trading.